Hey everybody, it's Greg from Nexus Property Management. We're here in Baltimore, Maryland, a metro area that has just over 3 million people in population. And what we're doing here with Nick Dagnillo, Nexus's CEO, is talking about the opportunity that's available. So Baltimore, Maryland is awesome for so many reasons. And before we get into those, I want Nick to tell us about what he did when he was opening Nexus just 7 years ago, how he was looking for an office, what the location he was desiring, the price, the square footage, all that good stuff. So Nick, when you were opening Nexus, what were you looking for in an office? What weren't you looking for with an office?
Okay, so the first thing, anybody starting a business, you're trying to be budget conscious and you want to have something that's inexpensive but gets the job done. And I was looking for something in a populated area. Providence, Rhode Island is the main city. I was able to find something in Pawtucket. A lot less money than something in downtown Providence, but it was very close, made sense. And it was a little storefront, about 200 square feet, first floor, room for a sign. Got up, got it going. Put a couple desks in there, and you're able to get started. And that's what I'd recommend to any, all the Nexus franchisees. That's what we tell them to shoot for, and that's what we advise them to get. And it's a low barrier to get started.
Right.
And that's what I did, and that's what we recommend, and it works out well.
So pretty much you're saying just a desk and a door.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, you want to be able to put a sign over the door, and that's our advertising slogan, and it's true.
It's very true. And one of the beautiful things about Maryland that's very underrated in our opinion is the fact that you don't need a broker's license to open up your property management business. Now, many states have rigorous red tape in place before you can even open your doors. Okay, and there's a few states, Maryland being one of them, that doesn't need this. It doesn't call for that. Okay, so you can say you're a property manager and no real estate broker's license is needed to manage the rentals. Now, purchases and sales, that's a different story, but that's not the business that we're in specifically, okay? So Nick, how important is that compared to somebody that wanted to open, say, just next door in Pennsylvania or in Virginia?
Yeah, that's huge because the bulk of the Nexus business is the property management, handling the maintenance, and that's, upwards of 90% of our revenue. And we handle investors. We don't do any sales. We're working with buyers who are looking to purchase in Rhode Island, and that requires a broker's license. But there's a very small part of the business,
right? And
that's something that they could go to school for down the road and add on after they get started.
True. So if you look at Rhode Island, we've been extremely successful. And then if you look next door in Massachusetts, we have an office in Fall River and also one opening up in Worcester. And these populations and these economies are a fraction of what is here. I mean, just to name a few things, just behind me, you can look at all the development, all the new innovation and building that has taken place. You got 2 casinos, 2 professional sports teams, museums, schools. Nick, what else we got going on here?
Yeah, I mean, there's twice as many people in a close area than we have in Providence. So, it's double the opportunity if you want to look at it simply like that. So it's really set up well. Everything's densely populated. There's a lot of townhouses around here. So, you can have a lot of units in a close area. It's real efficient.
And the point I make about the casinos, the sports teams, the schools, that's disposable income, and that's a draw to the city. So people that want to live here in the epicenter of this area are going to be paying higher rents than maybe they will in the Pawtucket, Rhode Island market or the Fall River market. So not only do you have double the people, you have much better and probably double the rent averages, okay? So the last thing I want to leave you with, and Nick, you really have to be honest at this point. If you could pick one area, one place in this city for an office, what would it be?
It would probably be right outside the main city, an inexpensive storefront, on a corner, with some signage.
We actually just passed that on the way in.
We did. We should give the viewers the street.
Yeah. We'll
give you an example exactly what we looked for.
Yeah, we were driving in and totally not looking for it, but right before we got here into Federal Hill, there's a It's like a 4-story building, and the first floor is a storefront with parking, which is huge here in Baltimore. And it's absolutely amazing. Nice big glass windows, probably 500 square feet. We'll put that up on the screen. But that's all you need. You don't need a huge office building. Frankly, you don't want to be in an office building. You want that exposure. You want people to be able to walk in your door and say, how can we do business? Okay? So if you have any other questions about Baltimore on how you can get started or why it's one of the best areas in the entire country for your property management company, give us a holler, okay? Once again, this is Greg from Nexus and also Nick from Nexus. We're here in Baltimore, Maryland, your property managed.